only Usha was my daughter, I would have warned her not to let her husband go towards the exclusivist faith and keep a distance from the church. Jews, Christians, and Muslims, they don't accept each other's baptisms and bris and sunat. What is Hindu has to do with it? Just decline it. Kind of education, what I am talking about, Dharmic-Abrahamic mindset, you will not find in any universities. So this Hindu University of America course is the place to get that education. And this could save your heritage. It's going to be best investment of your life.
Welcome, everybody, to our webinar tonight on interfaith marriage. I'm your host. My name is Shilpa Agarwal. I'm an author, novelist, and TV writer, and also faculty at HUA. And it is my great pleasure and honor to introduce Dr. Dilip Amin tonight for our webinar on interfaith marriages. And I want to welcome all of you from all over the world. Thank you for taking time to join us here. So Dr. Dilip Amin received his PhD in pharmacology and worked as a scientist in the corporate world for 42 years. He is the founder of interfaithshadi.org, which I put the link in the chat, and also hinduspeakers.org. Dr. Amin is director of the Peninsula Multi-Faith Coalition of the San Francisco Bay Area. He is a jail chaplain and a columnist at Patheos. He is a faculty member at Hindu University of America. Dr. Amin has guided 1,300 youth in interfaith relationships over the past 19 years and has summarized his experiences in several books. And I will be putting those books in the chat at some point. Oh, there they are. I'll be putting the names in the chat. Actually, let me just put them right now. I'll say their names. Interfaith Marriage, Share and Respect with Equality, Hindu-Muslim Shadi, Hindu-Muslim Marriage, Difficulties and Reconciliation, and Hindu Vivaha Samskara. So welcome, Dilip ji. I'm just going to start with a few questions for you. Does that sound okay?
Great, thank you.
Okay, so why should people know about interfaith marriages? Of course, they've been happening more and more and more as our societies become more global. So we see this happening. So can you let's just start with that question.
Sure. First of all, 38% of Hindu marry interfaith. So it is just a matter of time before you will see interfaith marriage in your close friend circle or family house. Now, you may have sent your son or daughter to college and you are dreaming that one day you will have an arranged marriage for him or her. Unfortunately, as a parent, you may get a major shock when you hear, "Mom, I am in love with Muhammad or Jennifer." Further, let's say whoever they decide to marry, interfaith, they got married, and you are so happy with the interfaith marriage. The person is so nice, well educated, and I give you a real example. Vice President of America, J.D. Vance. He was an atheist. He had a wonderful Hindu wedding, and 10 years down the road, having 3 kids, now he's going in public and making an announcement that he wish his wife, Usha Chilukuri, convert to Catholicism. Why he doesn't talk those kind of personal matter in your bedroom, rather going in public forum and telling what his wife should do? Now assume if you are a young person, what if that person is you? You are the Usha. How you would have handled your husband? It's very difficult. Or alternatively, let's say Usha was your own daughter. What would you have handled her over years? So this is a really difficult dilemma.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I mean, I think that what she's going through must be difficult. And I think that this is where a lot of soul searching has to happen in terms of her Hindu faith and her husband's uh, Catholic faith and what that means for their family and for their children. But I'm going to turn the question back towards you, Dr. Amin, and just say, what would you do?
Okay. Yeah, no, it's a
If
great
Usha was your
question.
daughter, what is your recommendation?
Yes. First of all interfaith couples may or will get into such situation either today or 10 years down the road. So you need to be very people. And my simple answer is very simple answer. Get educated. Education is the key. Now that's why I'm offering this course, 10-week course at Hindu University of America starting January 12, 2026. Once you are done with this course, you will be so well prepared for most interfaith life situations. Now, note that there are no two situations the same, like Usha and all that, but you will learn the issues so broadly and you will be able to come out so well in your life situation, or you will be able to help somebody to do that. I will teach you from Bible, Quran, Gita. What will be the most difficult will be how how you will be raising children. We will also cover in the course, in case of divorce and child custody battle, how you will react to or how you get prepared for that day. So there is a lot to learn. And once you attend the course, you will be really, really very well prepared. Now, back to your questions that what I would do if Usha Chulukuri or JD Vance was my son in law. See, to start with, as I said, JD was an atheist. Usha was coming from a religious background. So they had a nice, beautiful Hindu weddings. Now you can think that for a Hindu parents, a white, handsome-looking man comes to Hindu weddings, do all those tilaks and everything. I mean, it must be very, very proud moment. Now, what mistake Usha did it, and that is Usha says, JD, you don't have any faith. Why don't you explore your own faith? So she helped him. What she did it that she woke up a sleeping giant, and that is exclusivism in the churches. And JD found Catholicism as his faith, which, as you know, it's a very exclusivist faith. They believe that those who are baptized will be saved and the rest will go to hell. So now JD and Usha's three children are going to uh, church every Sunday because the children are going through the baptism process. Uh, Usha will have to sit down and teach them from Bible all the exclusivist teachings, even though she does not agree to it. Further, she will be limited to teach about Hinduism because children will get confused between two messages. And that is not fair because they are getting baptized. They need some graduation. Now, if Usha does not convert, her church and mega supporters will pressure her so much to convert because she's in a lion's den. And if she does convert, people say she converted for political gain, gave up her Hindu faith. So bottom line is, if Usha was my daughter, I would have warned her not to let her husband go towards the exclusivist faith and keep a distance from the church. That's the message.
Okay, thank you. Well, I think that in that kind of big limelight spotlight there, it's a difficult position to be in. And I do think that as a mother there are ways in which certain cultural aspects can be passed down if it doesn't, as well. So I think that there are certain things that she continued to do at being a Hindu mother. But let's not get stuck on that. I want to talk about what if you had a young couple, a 20-year-old, for example, who's in an interfaith love marriage. How would you counsel them? So what would you say?
As I said, I guided 1,300 youths. As a matter of fact, very recently, let me give a real life experience. A bright Hindu girl, probably about 20 years somewhere, reached out to me saying that she's in love relationship, and they agreed that they will have the both Hindu and the Christian marriages. But the Christian side says, I want the children to be baptized. So, I mean, she was a little confused, no big, probably red flag, but good that she reached out to me. And then we sit down. First, I did it as soon as she reached out to me. I gave her my JD Vance and Usha Chilukuri article, Interfaith Marriage. And I asked her exactly same what I'm telling you. I say, assume you are Usha. What would you do? And when we had little discussions, and she decided to end the relationship. Problem averted. See, one thing, if you're parents, you have to know that her parents are not aware about her dating and probably will never know. So if you send your son or daughter to college, you are thinking, you have to think what they are doing today, right now, who they are dating. How will you guide them when they tell you that they are already in love relationship? See, this is very complex situations, and there is no simple answer. First, your son or daughter thinks, and I have seen in many cases, they think that my Hindu parents are racist or Hindu nationalist, because that's what they learn it from the media. And they will discount anything what you say, even if it is a very logical suggestions you are making it. So you are doomed to fail unless you get educated. So if you attend my course, I will teach you how the love starts, how the Hindu youths are trapped, and how they are convinced to get converted to the other faith. See, I'm not saying that all interfaith marriages have problems, or all Christians and Muslims and Jews, or that matter, even in all of them, they are getting interfaith relation with the bad intentions. I mean, I have seen many, many great interfaith love relationships and marriages and everlasting marriages. So I'm not for or against it, as I said, but it's good to be prepared for it. The education will not hurt you. That's my message.
Mm-hmm. So I think that what you're saying in terms of that we need to be educated in what our faith is, and to really have more of an understanding of what are the things in my faith that are important to me. Because I think oftentimes when you're young, there's a little bit of idealism, there's the romance, the dating, all of that, and you kind of believe that you can find your way through it. And many times when you're young, you're kind of in that phase where you're rejecting your parents, you're finding who you are. And it's not till, 10 years later, when the kids come, that these things start to bubble up inside of you, and they start to become more and more important. And what wasn't important when you were in your 20s starts to become important in your 30s. And so you can't always foresee these things. But what I'm hearing from you is that one is that first to get educated, to even know why is this thing important to me? Why am I doing this thing? Why is this ceremony, for example, important? Why is giving my child this name, a Hindu name versus a Christian name? How does it feel inside of me? Why is one important versus another? How, kind of really understanding those things. And the second is, I think, that kind of deep communication that's necessary over these kind of almost very hot topics.
Yep.
So,
Now keep in mind that even if you are atheist, still remain proud atheist. Because as soon as, because many Hindu youths, they are fearful of saying, I am Hindu. They will say, my parents are Hindu.
mhm.
And they are agnostic somewhere. That's okay. Remain proud whatever atheist you are. Because as soon as the other party knows that you are an atheist, I say, this is a good person to convert to you. So don't fall in trap that way.
Okay. Okay, so oftentimes, like I said, young people in their 20s, they're kind of pulling away from their parents. They're trying to figure out a path of their own, so they don't necessarily want to listen to their parents. And so the question is, we're also, our because of colonization, we have a very um our sense and our faith and our culture and stuff is not as strong as it would be as if we came from France and we'd have this strong cultural pride or something like that. So how do we develop that kind of that strength in who we are, or whatever it is, you can say you're Hindu in whatever way, but how is that developed when the children are kind of forging their own paths sometimes?
First, we need to respect them. I would recommend that Hindu parents stop criticizing other faiths on the dinner table because that will backfire and that is wrong. Uh, and that's why I just say that education is the key. Accept the reality that they will marry, they may marry, and then when the time comes, it's not too bad because you expected and you are prepared for it. And the best way to handle, as I said, and title of my book, and that is share and respect with equality.
Mhm.
And when you present this word, important word, equality, any Hindu or anybody in this world, everybody wants equality in marriage. And right away, if somebody is asking for conversion, right away you ask, wait, beta, why you want to be in a submissive position? Why you don't ask for 50%? We are not asking for 51%, but why are you settling for 49%? That's the key. It will sit in even atheists and anti-Hindu kid. That point will, this is, yeah, no, that makes sense. Why I have to settle for less? And sometime I tell in course, you use uh, this magic card, you take it out, and that is bring up the divorce issue. That what if there is a divorce and you are fighting in child custody 10 years down the road, you are agreeing to marry, convert right now, or agree to raise children in Catholic faith or whatever faith, how you will face in court later on. So basically, what I'm saying is a total education. Once you are total educated, you can articulate with kids and trust your kids. They may sound they are against you, but they are not. They trust you, except they are just tired of you keep on giving the same rattling. And that's my message. Trust them, but you get educated. You learn how to articulate words in on your dinner table.
Okay, great. Thank you. I see we have some questions and stuff. We'll get to, Dilipji and I have a few more questions to go through, and then we'll get to all of the questions that you have, and please put them in the Q&A box if you get a chance. So I think part of this education is probably understanding how Hinduism is viewed from other faiths' perspectives. Because just as, for example, I'm studying the Mahabharata, it's important to understand what the reception has been of the Mahabharata in the Western world, because, there's been a lot of misrepresentation going on and things like that. So I think that, you know, um, when we talk about education, um, it's not just, I think what you're saying is not just education in our own faith, but in education in what is the discourse around this faith? What is the discourse around being a Hindu parent and bringing Hinduism into the family? What does it mean? Does it mean we celebrate Diwali? Does it mean that we actually go to the temple every whatever? So can you talk about that
Yep,
just a little bit, please?
sure. This is very important point, and my focus always has been not just Hindu-centric, but all faiths.
Mhm.
My expertise is Dharmic to Abrahamic faith comparisons, head on. And in this course, I will go through, spend a lot of time comparing both head on, which one, what is believing. So when our kids start complaining about our faith, at that time, you definitely bring up the discussions with other, okay, which other faith you think has, even theologically, that who is God? And when you start uh, telling that what the some other faiths saying that God is somewhere there, we are here, independent entity, and on the judgment day we will get together. And how you do get together? Christians will say you have to be baptized. Mahatma Gandhi will go to hell because he was never baptized. Some Christians still believes that way. Explain that to your children why it is logical, why it is not your karma, which is more important. If the heaven is, if you want to go to heaven that way, and why it's just a deep in a water is more important. And other thing we will go through that. Okay, Christianity. Why not accept Jesus? I have written a full article on it. There are so many beautiful teaching by Jesus. I don't have any problem with any of Jesus' teachings. But it's a after Jesus, the Peter and Paul and others in the Bible, if you read it later after Mike, Luke, and Matthew chapters, they they inserted so many intolerant messages to it. So church are more following what the Peter and Paul taught, not limiting only to Jesus. Jesus said, if somebody slaps you on a face, show the other face. Why Jesus will say Mahatma Gandhi will go to hell? No way. Coming to Islam, Muslims believe that it's only those who are following Allah, and they are not saying any Allah. Allah, the one which Muhammad is the last apostle. Now, if it's a God, some God, big God, ultimate power, world power, why that ultimate power gets stuck on one person? Again, I'm not offending anybody's faith. That's their belief. Okay. But here we are talking about when they are trying to convince Hindu that this Allah, which Muhammad described, that's the only one to go to heaven. And further in Quran itself, it says that those who says that Christianity, those who says that Jesus is a son of Allah or God, is teaching a monstrous falsehood. Meaning Quran and Bible, they are against theologically each other. The Torah, which is the first scripture came out, which Jewish people, they are still waiting for that Messiah. Christian says that Jesus is the Messiah, which Jews will not agree.
Right.
My point being that Jews, Christians, and Muslims, they don't agree to each other's belief systems. They don't accept each other's baptisms and bris and sunat, each other's. What is Hindu has to do with it? Just decline it. No baptism, no bris circumcision, no sahadat sunat. I always give the suggestions to interfaith couples that no labeling on the children. Till they reach to age 18, 21, teach them everything. Like best example is President Barack Obama. He was father was Muslim, mother was Christian, were taught both religion. At 21, he turned out to be just perfect human being. And if you follow this trick, you will have such a wonderful, loving, happy married life because the exclusives will stop convincing you like JD is doing. He has still hope that Usha will convert. The day he figure it out that Usha will not convert, probably he will think of different ways of getting votes.
So, what you're saying here that resonates with me is this idea of, there in an interfaith marriage, there's also there can be a lot of overlap of values of um, of ways in which these religions have certain shared values, shared ideas, things like that. There are differences, of course, but what you're saying is that expose the children,
Yeah.
bring this quality of inquiry, of curiosity, of education, rather than forcing something on the children. Bring this kind of open inquiry and then allow them to blossom into who they are, allow them to kind of naturally find their way. But anything that is forced or um, anything that is forced, it's not coming from someone's free will. It's not coming from someone's, it's like almost like you're putting this pressure that's maybe not necessary. And so when you're teaching this course, um, it's not about protecting necessarily. It's more about opening up in a way that comes from an inner strength or an inner knowledge. Is that
That
correct?
is that is very correct. I'm not asking one way or other way making decisions. Just come with an open mind. And the kind of education what I am talking about, Dharmic-Abrahamic mindset, you will not find in any universities. No university is teaching this Dharmic-Abrahamic education, which you will need for your interfaith children. So this Hindu University of America course is the place to get that education. And this could save your uh, heritage.
Right. Or enrich the lives of your family and your children in some very important way, right? I have two more questions before we go to the chat and other questions. But who will benefit from your course? I mean, we've talked about parents, we've talked about children. Can you kind of talk about that a little bit?
Okay, that's a great question. First, the couple themselves should attend it. Both of them should attend it. So you
Mhm.
are dating today. You don't know what your life will be 10, 20, 30 years down the road. But if you sit down here and discuss out, and then you will be more clear. You may not like many things which you will find it out, but at least it will help you make fully informed decision. And once after knowing and still you decide to get married, you will not be in a situation of this ZD Vance, Usha Vance. So that's a couple themselves.
Mhm.
Parents, definitely, as I told you, that parents send their kids to sons or daughter to college and they are just so excited about their grades getting A, and that's about it. That's where the discussion ends. But they don't know what else going on. And having the perfect grade and they got a job of $500,000 job, but if they end up marrying to somebody and religious conversion, parents are not going to be happy for it. So parents should definitely attend this course. If you're a community leader and you are compared about, I should not use that word, but that classical word used on a street, and that is Love-Jihad. Come attend my classes. You'll be better prepared how better to articulate. Because if you use that LJ term, you know, you yourself is showing your racism. That term is so loaded, and even your children will get offended if you use that term. Instead of
Mhm.
that, right term is a love proceduralism. But how to articulate, that's what I'll prepare you for in the course. Let's say you're a marriage officiant, meaning you are conducting many Hindu, other interfaith marriages. This is the course for you because you should be consulting, you should know who the other party is and help the couple have a long, everlasting married life. If you
Perfect.
are just marriage consultant, helping couples survive their married life, you may know about generality, but you may not know about Hindu related interfaith marriage related points. So you will learn about it. So it's a law. It will be applicable to too many peoples.
That sounds wonderful. Thank you. I'm going to read this uh, from Prabhatji this in the chat. Um, equality and respectfulness of all human beings, all cultures, all faiths, including atheism, and all philosophies, combined with curiosity to learn them when coming across, is a key to dealing with interfaith issues in relationships. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, that is true. That respectfulness is absolutely foundational.
See, one point I would add that your daughter, son may be atheist at age 20, and you get upset because the same daughter at when she was 9 years old, she did Arangetram and coming to temple mandir every day. But don't give up your hope. The same daughter, when she turns 30 or 40, 50 years old, again she will want her daughter to go through the same Arangetram and all that. So this religion, at age 9 you may be religious, at age 20 in college that's given, everybody become close to atheist. But again, don't think that's gone. It will ultimately come back,
That's right.
provided you are not getting stuck like Usha's case, where she has tremendous pressure to even express who she is.
Right. So, I mean, faith is definitely a river that flows through our lives, and we sometimes are closer to it, sometimes further away from it, and so it's a very dynamic process.
Correct.
And the important thing is to not try to fix it in any way, but to really be in that flow. And
Correct.
so I have some questions here. Another question from Prabhatji. Educated means what? Educated in other faiths or educated in general, modern degrees, or both?
Not modern degree. Educated about different scriptures.
I see.
Educated about the nuances, what is going on in child's mind. Educated about what American medias and American teachers are teaching your children, that how bad Hindus are many times. Educated about how to articulate it, educated about the laws, international laws. If you are married and now move to Malaysia, I'll tell you exactly what are the laws in Malaysia and how it will impact if you are married to a Muslim. So educated means it's this is a very practical course.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it's all practically, and I have worked on it for 19 years. I have some 300 publications and videos and all that. So I've seen so many, so I can give you the really abstract of it. I tell you, it's going to be best investment of your life. You will ever
No,
major disaster in your child's life, or if not your own child, maybe neighbor's child.
I think you brought up an important point here in terms of depending on what country you're living in, there's so many factors that you really have to understand. What does it mean to practice your faith here? What does it mean to have children? What can it mean? All of these, I'm living in America right now, so it's going to be very different than somebody who's an interfaith couple in another country. And
Let me
so
give
to
you
kind of really,
example.
yes.
Let me give you a clear example. Let's say you marry a Muslim, and in America, there are now few imams who will perform your wedding without conversion.
Mm-hmm.
So you are married,
Okay.
but that's not a valid marriage according to many people's interpretation of Quran. That is not a valid marriage. Let's say now you both are Hindu Muslim, you move to Malaysia and settle there. According to Malaysian law, you are within 6 months you have to register your marriage in Malaysia because now you are settling there.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as you go to Malaysian registration office, they says, okay, show me your nikah nama. And have you taken sahadat? No, there is no sahadat. This is not a valid nikah. You are not a married couple. You cannot sleep together. And they may even in Aceh province in Indonesia, if two couple not married and found together, you will be lashed in public. You thought you are married. You have a nikah paper, but that nikah is not valid. So point is, it's a very complex situation. You cannot
Mm-hmm.
be so naive about it. And everything I have published it. You can go and read, check on Google, Dilip Amin.
Mm.
And Google will tell you all articles, including Malaysia, Indonesia, all different countries. So it's a very complex issue, and you got to be educated about it.
Thank you. Thank you. So this question from Dr. Johar from Punjab, um, he is really talking about maybe targeting younger girls for Hindu girls for conversion, and this is happening in certain regions. Um, can you shed some light on that? I mean, this is, I don't know too much about it, but I've heard of, we've heard of this term Love-Jihad. Is that an actual thing that's happening? I don't know. Can you shed some light on this?
Now, I mean, you cannot generalize it. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure there are cases where Muslim get in love relationship with Hindus with a clear intention of converting, and those see, love jihad term is used for lot is used for political reason.
Okay.
But at the same token, if what I'm telling you is a scriptural base,
Mm-hmm.
Quran 221 says you can marry Muslim can marry cannot marry Hindu. Quran 221 says. So if Hindu Muslim love relationship, if Muslim comes and tell you that sorry you have to convert, I cannot marry you because of the Quran, which I respect it, honor it, and we should honor it. Quran 24:30 also says that when a Muslim see a other somebody, boy or girl, they're supposed to lower their gaze and walk away from it, meaning Muslim cannot get in romantic love relationship. So wait, you are a Quran believer. How come you are in romantic love relations with this Hindu girl for 1 to 10 years? So you ignore Quran 24:30 and you are asking that nope, now you follow Quran 221. You have a right to question
Mm-hmm.
that what was your intention. So what I'm saying is instead of just throwing some uh, I mean, flammable words here, there, that doesn't do anything. You have to
Mm-hmm.
go by the real facts because there are no two situations similar, and
That's
you have
right.
to particular situation. So yeah, those people using for political gain, let them do it. My job is to stick with the facts, supported by data, and that's only what I'm doing it.
Okay, that's great. So yeah,
Before you
educate your.
move further, I want to bring one point that some donor is willing to offer $100 scholarship. Those first 20 people who sign up for this course, they will get this scholarship. So if you are ever considering it, please register for this course urgently. First 20 people, and details I will figure it out or reach out to me if you have registered. So I make sure you get $100 discount. Thank you. Sorry.
Fantastic. That sounds great. I want to read this comment from Pranavji in question. He says, I'm in an interfaith marriage with an American Catholic.
Mhm.
Thankfully, after 3 children and nearly 15 years, we do not have a problem. That's wonderful. However, I have been nearly militant about my faith and culture. My question is, how can we consider all faiths equal when clearly the Abrahamic faiths, especially Islam, do not consider us as equals? Why are we not, as Hindus, speaking this truth to our children, and why are our priests not passing this message in our temples? Okay.
That's a great question. First of all religions are not equal. All religions are not same. Don't ever tell your children that all religions are same. It's the same Allah and everybody giving the same message. No. Islam and Christianity and also Judaism, they are clearly exclusivist faith. You can go to God only through whatever, which one of them. And again, they don't agree to each other's versions. So that is clear. Hinduism and other dharmic faiths, there is no concept. Again, because probably Hindu scriptures were written, there were no Judaism, no Christianity. And again, concept is the soul, Atma, everybody are same. I'm not saying Hindus are saint. Hindus have also their own baggage and issues. But again, it's a other party has to work with that thing. And again, in my course, I'm also bringing what are the issues in Gita. that Abrahamic may have concern with it. And as a matter of fact, in last my course, there were two Christians, churchgoer Christians. They attended this course, and actually, as far I know, they really enjoyed it. I mean, they are little getting tense at a point, but then I told them, no, look, let's look at the problems in Gita, what you may see it. And then they felt that, no, you are giving a more balanced message.
Mhm.
So yes, it's a great suggestions. Hindus should not be apologetic. Uh, Go share wonderful message, whatever you feel about, and teach your Hindu Catholic children, and let children make a decision. But I would suggest, I hope they are that children are not going to church, because the problem, once you are sitting on a church bench every Sunday and the priest keeps on hammering them one kind of message which is exactly opposite what you may Hindu may want to, that's going to create disaster. So Jesus is not a problem, church is a problem.
Right. Oftentimes, religion takes can certain religious institutions can really fall far away from the message of the faith itself, and that is where some of the issues can be.
On that point, I would say even same for Hinduism. You go to many Hindu priests and go tell that I'm in love with a Muslim, and that he's not asking for conversion, and he's really very respectful, nice person. I mean, you go ask them, and right away they start throwing all those.
Right.
So I'm not saying one religion is better than other religion and all that. You decided somehow to be in interfaith space, get educated. And I'm not even limiting to that. I tell you that even there are enough problem in within faith marriage. I'm a Hindu, I'm last name is Amin, but I'm a Patel. So Leva Patel versus Kadwa Patel. There are issues.
Mhm.
Oh, Leva Patels are better. Oh, Kadwas do these things and all. I mean, that's human nature.
That's right.
So issues are not, if you marry within faith, does not mean issues get solved. Issues still will be there. Your mother-in-law will come and says, "Oh, why you ऐसे रोटी क्यों पकाती है ऐसे वैसे." I mean, there will be always issues. But that's
Right.
what I'm saying. That learn dignity, learn to live with a dignity,
That's
and tell if your husband, if mother-in-law bothers too much, and that also I have one full class on that one, how to deal with mother-in-laws, and that. Somehow you have to talk to your own husband that fix her. If she talks like that, I'm going to kick her out or something like that. Point is, actually, I have written one article, Mira versus Margaret. If Margaret comes to your home, you feed her samosas. Wow, my Margaret loves samosa. But if Mira comes, you tell her, why don't you go fry samosa, Mira? And when she fries the samosa, and that says, no, ये पक्के नहीं बने, तेरी माँ ने सिखाया नहीं होगा, कुछ बात नहीं, मैं सिखा दूंगी. Point is, why you are discriminating your own people?
Mhm.
Versus with Margaret, you are. So discrimination, it's a part of life.
Mhm.
You just get educated, and what I'm doing is giving more practical life experiences, which probably
Mhm.
you will not, many universities will not teach you.
Okay, that sounds great. So we have a question here from Dr. Hemani G. She's saying, my questions are related to the course structure. How much time? I think the classes are 90 minutes, but sometimes the discussion is so good you may go over a half an hour. So how much time and content are comprise the Hindu scriptures? I mean, I don't know if you touch upon the Vivahas and things like that. Is there a course breakdown, and are there credit points from HOA? Well, this is a community education class, so I'm not sure if there's credits, but these classes may count towards a certain micro certificate, or so that will be a question for HUA support to find out where, if this course is part of a bigger certificate. But Dr.
So,
Amin, if you could
yeah,
answer the terms
the
of.
class structure is will be every Monday. what is that, 5 p.m. PST, and timing will be there.
Mhm.
It's a 90-minute course, but invariably, I just complete my part at 90 minutes and I says, okay, whoever wants to hang on. Everybody hangs on many times for 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Oh my God, it keeps on going because it just so many questions. Every class keeps on coming and all that. But your response, I mean, your commitment is only 90 minutes course. And it goes on for 10 courses. And I don't go, this is not a course to learn about fundamentals of Hinduism because I'm focusing also on the Abrahamic faiths and all that. Teaching, all teachings will be comparative religions. That's only this course is about, not particular faith things. And we will also discuss laws. We'll discuss how to raise children. So that has nothing to do with faith. How to be happy married life, nothing to do with faith. Even you are married and how to deal with it. So many things relating to marriage is covered, and that's why I cannot go in Hindu scriptures.
Right. Okay. But you know what I did like what you said was having dignity in oneself as a human being. And that's the important thing, that both people in this relationship have a certain sense of dignity about themselves and understanding about who they are, where you come from, what are the different things that have influenced you, because certainly at first that kind of mix can be very, very exciting. And but then as you kind of grow in the relationship, there can be points of conflict in that. So to kind of get an understanding of what they can be, and you won't know all the answers when you're 20 of what you're going to hit when you're 30, but to get a sense of what might be these points of conflict, or what might these points of connection be, conflict or connection, I think is really important. So
I think bottom
having this
line
book.
is this we talking about is the interpersonal relationship skills.
Mhm.
Either it's your husband-wife situation, or it's the same with your at workplace. If your boss is bossing you around, how to get around. So it's the same skills. I'm just giving you more nuances in terms of how to deal with interpret. And definitely don't try to please your spouse at the expense of your own dignity, because you are giving a wrong message to your spouse. It could be same faith marriage, and then that spouse learns you taught them something wrong.
Mhm.
Versus as soon as you see problems, articulate it proper way, right way, and put your married life on a right direction.
Right. And I think that that really emphasizes this importance not only of education, but of communication, being able
Correct.
to communicate. And this is where the dignity comes in, because when you have that strength in who you are and what is important to you, you can communicate that without anger, without any of all this stuff. You can just say, this is something important to me. How do we figure this out? And I think that's a really important part of managing any type of relationship. I'm going to
Correct.
launch a poll about uh, if you're interested in taking this class. Um, the course fees, Dr. Amin, are they $300?
They are $300, but as I said, that those who register, one investor is offered to give
Excuse me.
$100 to first 20 people who register. So register earliest, and I'll make sure that that follows through the system properly. So your cost will be $200. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Any last questions? Otherwise, then we have a comment from Krishna Ji. I heard that Mahatma Gandhi was converted into
Yes.
Mormon faith posthumously, so he is safe.
In
Okay.
1996, in Florida, he was converted. I mean, Gandhi died long before, but they felt that Gandhi is so wonderful person. How can he go to hell? So they converted him posthumously. See the mindset, so sick mindset.
It's the sense of rigidity that it has to be this way or else that can be problematic, not just religious wise and general wise. That rigidity of mindset can be
But
troubling.
what I'm saying is to your child, make intellectual discussions that bring up this Mahatma Gandhi baptizing case and ask them that what do you think? Why they thinking this way? Let them think, and you will realize that they will realize that you are right. That's not acceptable.
Okay, great. Well, we are getting close to the hour. If there's no further questions, I'd like to give it over to Dr. Dilip Ji to give us any kind of concluding remarks on interfaith marriage and why, we should be taking this course. I mean, obviously we need to all learn a little bit more about where our faiths connect, where they coincide, where there are differences. Even just getting the lay of the land and understanding that is important in going into a relationship.
Yep.
Yeah.
See, I, I believe this crowd, whatever is sitting there, probably they have so many years they spend in education. And probably they are now, many of them are so professional, making such a big money and all that. After all those hard work, now you will, your children, once they convert to some other faiths and all your hard-earned life saving, one day you will be passing them all the money. And who knows, that money will be used to convert more Hindus. So at that time, in your last day, when you are taking last breath, you will curse yourself that I wish I took Dr. Amin's course and would have averted this disaster. So point is, education will not hurt. Education will not hurt, and the education what I'm giving you will not find in any universities. Nobody in the, I could say I am a world authority on Dharmic-Abrahamic marriage. There is not a single person has taken interest in this one. But I'm working for last 19 years. I've written 5 books, 300 articles and all that. And you can't expect me to keep going forever. I want this course to train you. You take it over and run with it. The message has to go out in the world. And again, it's a beautiful message. I work very closely with Muslims all the day in and out, with Christians and all that. And we sit down on the same forum. I have written joint articles with Muslims, Hindu and me wrote it, Muslims and myself joined. And they agree to my message. There is nothing controversial I'm saying. It's all logical.
That's right.
I mean, to be proud of yourself, that's what you summarize it. Why? So it is a very practical message. This course will be very interesting, meaning it will be so, you will have so many questions and you'll be so attentive. My God, people were glued to it. Nobody was dozing off. You will, you will be, I have a lot of energy. Believe me, it will be going, course will be, oh my God. And people will have questions after questions after question. Only my problem will be that how to finish my message in 90 minutes, because people will keep on, how about this, how about that, how about that. So
Yeah.
it will be very, very informative course. Definitely sign up for it. You will
Wonderful.
not go
Thank
wrong.
you. Thank you,
And if you
Dr.
feel
Dilip.
if I did not fulfill your needs, reach out to me. I will give my own money to give you refund.
Thank you, Dr. Delici. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for this wonderful webinar on interfaith marriage. Dr. Dilip Jeeb is going to be offering a course next quarter. I've put the link in the chat. Please check it out and please register and start to educate yourself on how we can communicate and connect better in our interfaith marriages and bring more harmony and bring more love and really take care of each other and while maintaining our dignity, maintaining our faiths. And I really appreciate you for taking the time to speak to all of us today, Dr. Dilipji.
No, great. Thank you very much. And I hope so many people will sign up. Thank you. Appreciate it all.